Hey, welcome. So if you're a content creator, coach, or influencer, this video is going to show you exactly how to turn your followers into 10 to 20K per month through an info product, which will grant you more free time to create content. Plus, it will remove your reliance on sponsorships. And this is without having any business experience or prior info product experience. So I'm taking everything I've learned in the past couple of months of working with 2 clients and also the mistakes I've seen other creators make that make them fail over and over. I'm going to be packaging everything together and not holding anything back. I'm revealing the whole system that we use to show you how you could launch and scale your own info product that grows your brand, allows you to provide exclusive, valuable information, and it helps you turn eyeballs into paying customers. And for most of us who have begun making content or building a personal brand, we want to be able to spend time creating that content. Often it becomes a frustration to either have to rely on percentage sponsorships, deals that are inconsistent and come and go, or have to deal with all the back-end business stuff to keep yourself afloat. And this video is going to solve those two things for you. So what you're going to be getting out of this training in the next 20 minutes, well, revenue. So predictable and consistent income. The goal here is to show you how you can add an extra 10 to 20,000 a month every month using an info product you build once and you sell over and over. Profit, 50 to 60 profit margins. This isn't like a percentage deal, say something like a physical product or merch. The goal here is to show you how you can control your stream of income and not take the scrap percentages from sponsors or physical products. The third thing you're going to be learning is a business you love. So build a business that doesn't take away from creating. So the time that it takes you to actually create content. The goal here is to make sure you build a business that brings you more income, but more importantly, allows you to focus on the things you started doing because you enjoyed it. And then finally, a plug and play system. So turning viewers into paying customers doesn't have to be super complicated. The goal here is to give you a step-by-step system on how to build everything and turn viewers into paying customers. So before we get started, what is an info product? So an info product, if you don't already know, is basically a product that is information based, which usually encompasses a solution for your audience's pain points. So for example, a diet plan that allows you 30 pounds that allows you to lose 30 pounds in the next 4 months, or a community that allows you to become a better version of yourself in 6 months. All it is information that your audience needs that you can't fully explain or guide them through with 10 to 20 minute videos on social platforms. And an info product allows you to build an interactive, structured environment for guidance that will help your audience way more and compensate you for doing so. So this is the exact system that we use for our own clients, and it's the one I'm going to be covering and breaking down today. So number one, the first thing we're going to do is understand our audience and create resonance messaging. So this might be the most important thing that you're going to be doing. And that's why it's first on the list. And it's the most important thing for your whole solution. And it's oftentimes what I see content creators get wrong. And if this isn't set in stone, then nothing else is going to work. So many creators have created a product, an info product, and put their all into it, garnered a ton of attention, views, and followers, yet when they drop it, nobody buys. And it's because they don't understand their audience. They've created a product that their audience doesn't resonate with, which is what we're going to be solving with this first step. You need to understand your audience, build out messaging that resonates with them, and this will allow you to pinpoint your target avatar. So you're speaking directly to your target avatar, and it makes it so you're in a market of one or irreplaceable. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to do two things. Number one, you're going to go extremely deep and find pain points and the desires of your audience, of your current followers. You need to understand your audience better than they understand themselves. And number two, you're going to construct messaging using the data points you uncovered and build a solution based on the target avatar presented in front of you. So all the information that you get from going really deep and finding pain points, you're going to compile it all into one single document. And from there, you're going to be able to understand who it is that you're speaking to. And a problem I see a lot of content creators or coaches make is they try to target everyone. When you do that, you make your messaging too broad. Imagine a radio tower where you have to direct the right wavelength to hit a specific station. If you decide to hit all the wavelengths at once, it sounds like gibberish. But if you pick a specific one, it's like a laser beam that you hear clearly. That's the type of messaging you have to create. So how do we understand our audience better? Well, we do this by asking 6 specific questions that usually give you and encompass enough information to understand who your target avatar is. So number one, who they are and what's their story, a brush overview of their life. You want to understand their age, if they're in school, if they're in a relationship. Depending on your niche and depending on your industry, you want to ask specific questions about this avatar's lifestyle. Number two, the main things they're struggling with right now. So what are the things that they wake up and instantly think about that is a problem in their life? And number three is the thing they desire most, the outcome that would alleviate their pain or discomfort. So the thing they desire the most, and it usually ends up being you as the content creator. They look up to you. You hold the frame of authority that they're looking to meet. Number four, what do you think would help them solve their problem? So essentially, or what do they think would help them solve their problem? So what do they want? A course? What do they want? Coaching directly with you? What do they want? A community? It really just depends on this answer. Based on the solution you're going to be creating. And number five is how much would they be willing to invest in a product that did that? You want to gauge your audience's monetary, the amount of money that they're willing to put into whatever you sell. So you might have an audience that is filled with teenagers that might not be able to afford your solution. So you want to ask this specific question so you don't build a product that is crazy and then you want to charge a crazy amount for it and now they're not able to pay it and you both wasted time. And then number six, how do you think that you can help them, or how do they think you can help them as the creator to get to their desired state? So what is it about you that makes you different to everybody else, and why do they believe in you as a person that will take them from A to B? So those are the 6 questions you want to ask your audience and you want to figure out. You can ask them through polls on your Instagram stories, Google Form surveys, and the one I suggest the most is getting on calls with at least 50 of your audience members and hearing them speak. Why? Well, getting on phone or Zoom calls with your audience members will allow you to, number one, get them to expand on their answers. Number two, allow you to hear the vocabulary they use. And remember, the messaging you have includes specific keywords they use describing their problems or desires. So specifically in the fitness niche, you'll hear people talk about getting lean. If you weren't in the fitness space and if you weren't a regular working out person, you would not understand what somebody meant by lean. But you having that information is extremely powerful because it allows you to create that resonance messaging that when you put it on a sales asset, which I'll cover in just a second, you'll be able to persuade and convince people to actually purchase your solution because you speak the same language that they speak. So this is just a little exercise, and it's exactly what you're going to be doing with these 6 questions. And it's just figuring out your audience's current situation and what their ideal situation is. So all you're doing is taking them from point A to point B. So now it's time to compile your data pool and see what your ideal target avatar looks like. So who they are and what they struggle with, what they desire, how you can help them, as well as what they're hoping to see. Now, the beautiful thing about the data pool is that you could just plug it in to some ChatGPT prompts and it'll generate a whole resonance messaging doc for you. So insert your data pool first into ChatGPT and then use this basic one to get that in place. You could just pause the video right here. Once you have the information, just plug it in. Put this into ChatGPT and it'll generate a target avatar for you. So now you should understand your audience better than they know themselves and be able to build an offer that resonates with them. You do need to have some creative and technical skills when it comes to using that document to build out your offer, and you will need to understand the basics of offer creation. Even with AI generated documents, you still need to know what makes an offer a no-brainer. And it's exactly what I'm going to be covering in the second part of this system. So the second thing we're going to be doing is building an offer that resonates, as well as building your sales asset. So the more understanding you have, the better product you're going to provide. So the more you could charge and the more successful you'll become. I'm not sure who says this, but basically let me say it one more time. The more understanding you have, market research, the better product you're going to provide because it's exactly what they told you they wanted. So the more you can charge, because the perceived value of achieving this result and the belief that they know that this product is what they want lets you charge way more for this product because it's exactly what they want. So they're willing to pay already. The more successful you'll become, obviously you gain money, you get them results because it's the exact solution that they asked for, you become successful. Now, for those of you who don't understand offer building yet, that's fine. You need to dedicate a few hours each day to learning that specific skill, whether that's consuming content on offers. I recommend reading $100 million offers or just watching a couple of Alex Hormozis's offer creation videos and understanding the basics of driving attention and creating a no-brainer solution for your target audience. You need to get obsessed with building out an offer and solution that makes sense for your audience and it resonates with them, of course. So remember, if you get this one thing right, everything else will flow smoothly. And here's something to look at when building that out. So this is the offer equation by Alex Hormozi that he explains in his book, $100 million $100 million offers. So all it is number one, you're going to be increasing the dream outcome. And the dream outcome is basically painting a perfect picture of the desired situation they hope to be. So like I said, there's point A and there's point B. You want to make B on the other side of this gap between point A and point B. You want to make B seem the best possible. So for example, if you were running a fitness offer, you want to make it seem that if you have abs, you're going to be able to get all the women you want. You're going to be able to feel confident in yourself. You're going to be able to network with more people because more people like you, etc., etc. The perceived likelihood of achievement, you're going to be increasing it. Essentially, what the perceived likelihood of achievement is just how much or how tangible is their success. How much do they think that your solution is able to help them? Now, you do this. Basic example, case studies, testimonials. You want to show them, you don't want to tell, you want to show them that this is possible and that you've helped other people do it. And that's how you increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. Then number 3 is going to be the time commitment. So you want to decrease the time commitment, the time delay. How long does it take for me to get abs? Does it take a week? Does it take 3 months? Obviously, you make it realistic, but there's a sweet spot there that makes it that it's where it's not too easy, but not too hard that they don't believe it. And then finally, 4th is going to be decreasing the effort and sacrifice. So basically, make it seem as easy as possible. Of course, like I said, make it realistic, but you don't want somebody to have to eliminate and not be able to eat all their favorite foods in order to achieve that result. They specifically want to take part in your offer if it doesn't require them sacrificing everything. So now you have a data pool of struggles and desires your audience experiences, and you have a solid offer that speaks directly to them and they can resonate with. Time to combine the two, so the offer and the data pool, and assemble a sales asset that you create once, but allows you to convert over and over when we implement it into the funnel. So how do we create a sales letter? Well, simple. We stick to basic copywriting principles that allow anyone to assemble an asset of high converting quality. And this does take some time to pick up on, as it's not the same as writing an essay back in school. And to build a sales letter, you need to understand the principles of copy. But here's a phrase and framework to follow to keep in mind when writing this. So people will do everything for those who encourage their dreams, so increase their dream outcome, justify their failures. Hey, it's okay. We've helped other people, perceived likelihood of achievement. Allay their fears, basically let their fears rest, decreasing time and effort and sacrifice, as well as confirm their suspicions. Yes, this is going to happen. So scarcity, urgency, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. So separate themselves from other gurus, from other people in the space that are kind of offering the same solution. But guess what? Our solution is different, etc. So here's the framework for your sales letter. It's a 7-step process. Number 1 is going to be the hook. So the sales letter, if I didn't make it clear enough, is basically a landing page, a VSL, an asset that you send to a prospect that has raised their hand and wants your offer, is willing to pay for your offer. You send them this sales asset and it basically does the selling for you. You don't have to get on a call. You don't have to speak to this person. It's basically just a proposition on paper that gets them to trust, like, and put you as an authority figure, as well as presents the value proposition. So what you're actually offering in your solution. That's all the sales letter is. But it's a 7-step process. Number 1 is the hook, how I did desired outcome without common pain point in time frame with my unique mechanism. Number 2, the intro. So who you are, your journey, and what qualifies you to help increases perceived likelihood of achievement. Number 3, who this is for, who this is not for. This is basically going to eliminate any freeloaders or unqualified audience members. Number 4, the steps, the exact steps they will follow, plus how long it will take. This decreases the time commitment and of course the effort and sacrifice. Number 5, the unique value proposition. So why is this solution better than anybody else's or different than anybody else's? That's exactly what help throw rock at their enemies means. Number 6 is value. So what they get. So what do they actually get in your solution that you're providing? Whether it's one-on-one coaching, whether it's a course, whether it's a community, what do they get inside once they click the buy now button? What are they actually getting? That's what you explain in the value section. Plus bonuses. You want to throw in extra bonuses that make this offer a no-brainer. And then finally 7, a CTA. So a join now button, or just click on this link to join now, etc. So if you create a document that covers this once, you'll never have to do selling, as this will do all the heavy lifting for you. Like I said before, this is the second most important thing in the process, as it is the thing that sells for you. And when you have a good understanding of your audience, your messaging down, and a solid offer and assets, it's time to begin building the solution that alleviates their struggles. So how do you do this? Well, depending on the information and feedback you receive from your audience, you'll understand exactly what it is that they want. Do they want one-on-one coaching, a course, or maybe a combination of the two? I suggest having a community that combines these two into the perfect package, but you have to get your audience's feedback first. I don't know your audience as best as you can know them after you do the market research, right? So you have to ask these questions, those 6 questions I mentioned above, in order to understand what it is exactly that they want. You can't be offering one-on-one coaching to somebody. For example, You really can't be teaching in a video course to somebody how to swim, right? You have to actually one-on-one coach them. Or, well, that might be a bad example. What I'm trying to say is that you need to understand who it is that you're speaking to before you even create a solution, because your idea of what might help them might be different from their idea of what might help them. So you have to understand the market research, and I just have to keep on coming back to the fact that it's extremely important that you perform market research and you figure out what it is that your audience wants. So the third thing we're going to be covering is assembling a sales funnel that turns viewers into paying customers. Once you have this solution built out, whether it was the one-on-one coaching, a course, or the community, once you have all of that built out, you want to assemble a sales funnel that turns viewers into paying customers, right? So you have the sales asset that converts the sales letter. Now it's time to take your offer to market and launch your solution. Also, you have your solution already in place. But first, it's necessary we edit a couple things and make sure that we make your account an asset itself so that we can increase the amount of conversions we can get. And for that, I suggest tweaking your Instagram or your social platform. What I always suggest is using the social funnel Instagram already provides, which basically in a short story is basically when you drive all the attention to with a DM CTA so that they go into your inbox and you're able to close them inside the DMs, right? And this section of the process will allow you to assemble a funnel that converts using your sales assets that have been built before. And this is the tunnel that turns a viewer from one side into a paying customer on the other. And before we take the offer to market though, we have to make some tweaks to make sure your social platforms are optimized in the best way possible to guarantee a flowing funnel. So the three things that need to be changed. Well, number one, your pinned videos need to be mini sales letters that at the end have a call to action. Number two, your Instagram bio should have a call to action to direct people to a part of the funnel, usually your inbox, your DM inbox. And then number three, you should not have any links in bio that distract audience members from flowing down the funnel. So one CTA is extremely important. It's like basically a law when it comes to driving traffic. You only want one specific link, one specific call to action to make sure that there is only one option for your audience members to take. And these three things will change the trajectory of your business and will help facilitate the flow of viewers into engaging audience members. Now, once these things are in place, you can launch your offer and sales letter. You should begin receiving a flow of DMs into your inbox, asking to learn more about what you're offering. And this is further enhanced by stacking an email sequence if you have an email list. So most of our clients previously had some form of opt-in or email list we could use to push even more traffic towards our call to action. And this is simply done by creating a 3 to 5 sequence of emails that provide value while also driving traffic to the next email, to the next sequence through call to actions. And once the pipeline is flowing and the demand is high, we need to fulfill, of course. So once the DMs start coming into the inbox, people really want to, learn more about what it is that you're offering. You're going to be using automation and placing a team of setters inside your inbox to take care of closing members into your community. And when people DM you to learn more about what you're offering, you send over the sales asset, the sales letter that removes you from the selling equation, and then you proceed to qualify this person and make sure they are the right fit using the setters. So ManyChat is a bot that you can place inside your inbox and it will send the sales letter for you. And then after you obviously have the team of setters or yourself manually closing people personally into your solution. And I just wanted to note that hiring setters is not necessary, but it is important to have a team 24/7, making sure that the deals are being closed and making sure that the funnel is flowing properly. So this is the step-by-step funnel you would be following in order to guarantee flow. Instagram, the social funnel, DM CTA, basically they go into your inbox. ManyChat sends the sales letter over, that's the bot, and then a team of setters that manually close people into your solution. So once this is in place and everything is set up, you should have a flowing pipeline and a funnel that turns viewers into paying customers. And by this point, you have traffic, you understand your audience, you have a sales asset, and you have a conversion funnel, right? And the fourth thing we're going to be covering is establishing a results flywheel that retains customers and gives you leverage. So you understand your audience, your funnel is flowing, and now you have a cash flowing business. Depending on the info product and what your audience truly wants, you'll either have a monthly recurring product, which is the community, or a one-time charge for your solution. So, one-on-one coaching, etc. For most of our clients, we recommend launching a paid info community on a monthly recurring payment basis. Why? Well, because it allows you to establish recurring revenue every single month. So you know that you're going to be making a paycheck every single month. It's not just a one-time charge, one-time promotion. With a one-time charge, You have to get more new customers every single month. With a recurring payment, you only have to keep the ones that are already paid. So how do we keep people paying for our solution month after month and use the results as leverage to help even more audience members? Well, we do this by using the infinity flywheel, or what I like to call the infinity flywheel. So basically people buy the solution, right? Inside of the solution, they're going to ask questions. Usually it's the community for our clients. Then you could use those questions, the things that they're talking about, to generate content ideas. So there's free content ideas for your content. And as well as basically the ideas are going to allow you to add updates into the actual solution. I recommend always using group calls, because on those group calls, they're going to ask you more questions, which you can then answer and help them get results, right? With those results, you can get testimonials, and those testimonials you could post on your social media and get more people to buy the solution or keep the solution for another month. So this is just a small example of how you can benefit from your product and help more people and ways to retain customers by making this more than just a one and done offer. So it's an evolving product solution thing that you have going on, right? So once you've established proof of concept and the funnel is flowing smoothly, then you'll just have to manage the product, right? For most of our clients, it ends up being a community. So we perform successful one-on-one calls with members to make sure that they're on the right track. You can host giveaways and challenges to incentivize interaction and growth, and other incentive-based ways to keep people engaged and moving towards the solution. And this will make sure that the results flywheel is operating as smoothly as possible, since results and proof of concept is what makes it spin smoothly. Retaining customers is the easiest way to increase monthly recurring revenue, as they already trust and value your solution as the only thing that will solve their struggles. And once we have proof of concept and most of the organic reach runs out, which means that basically you can't reach any more audience members that are already following you, you can opt in for a more scalable system of acquisition, which would be running paid advertisements, whether on the platform or other socials, to acquire more customers. But that is a more in-depth explanation that would take us down another rabbit hole, right? So what now? Well, you have three options. Number one, you keep doing what you've done up until now, relying on sponsorships, brand deals, etc., on things that don't give you a reliable, consistent way to make income, and continue playing the content creator game the wrong way. Number two, you can follow this exact process we have used for our clients that we laid out in this document. So number one, understanding your audience. Number two, creating resonance messaging. Number three, building out a no-brainer offer. Number four, make info product solution, whether that's community, one-on-one coaching, course, whatever. Number five, assemble a sales letter. Number six, optimize your social platforms. Number seven, figure out your sales funnel. Number eight, close members into your solution. Number nine, onboard and success manage. Number 10, ideate giveaways and challenges, incentives to keep people inside. 11, retain members and prevent churn. And number 12, scale with paid advertisement. And if you follow it step by step, you will inevitably see success, but it will take some time to figure everything out by yourself. And there are still variables that we couldn't cover on here, and that they're unique situations that you would have to figure out. So that's what option three would be for, is that we could hop on a one-on-one, no commitment call, and I'll see if we can help you implement this system completely done for you. And if we don't monetize your audience to over 10K per month in the first 90 days of working together, you don't pay, and we'll continue working with you until we do so. And whether you work with us or not, on the call, regardless, I'll still point you in the right direction. So if you are interested in going with this option three, there's going to be a link in the description that is a Calendly link that books directly into my calendar. It's going to ask you a couple qualifying questions before you do book. But once you're booked in, I hope to see you on the call.